Hey guys, it's Allison here, and I have another layout for Clear the Desk. This is my 10th layout for this particular class, and I believe it's my 5th with this kit. It is a very large kit, so I am sure I can make many more layouts, which is kind of exciting. As I said in a previous video, I am also playing along with the challenges over on the Paper Issues site this month, and the challenge I have chosen for this layout is the Frame It Up challenge, which, as the name suggests, wants you to use as many frames as possible, I guess, or make frames a significant design element on your page. So I know that I have many different frames in my kit of supplies, so I've just sort of gone through and pulled out any that I think I can use before I start sort of putting my page together. That way they're sitting there right beside where I'm working, and I can keep them front and center and sort of plan the rest of the layout around them. I am also going to be trying to follow one of Shimelle's sort of design ideas, which is to use one square photo and to keep everything in the center of your page to sort of bring prominence to that photo. And as you will see as the layout comes together, I deviate from this a little bit, but that is my starting off point anyways. So I have that one square photo that is of my daughter and my husband, and then I am trying to pull papers to work with it. There's quite a lot of blue in that photo, although my daughter is wearing pink, and the rest of the photos from this day have a lot of pink. So that's why that background paper is pink, but a lot of the other elements I bring in have blue in them. So I am just trying to figure out how I want everything to come together. In the design that Shimelle did, she put this center column of pattern paper down the middle of her page, and then she had a couple of different border strips on either side. One had a decorative edge and one did not. And I was looking through my papers to see if there was one that I felt could be a good accent down the left-hand side of that strip of camera paper. And I'm just not really seeing anything. So I'm sort of working on the rest of the elements that I have pulled out. And I've got these two square cut-aparts from an Amy Tangerine paper. And the one with the glasses, I'm not sure if you can see it, depends how big your screen is, I suppose. It says Wicked Smart. And then the blue one says Love This. And I chose the blue one for the color and the sentiment, and then the Wicked Smart one also for the color, but more for the sentiment and the glasses, which ironically don't make it on the layout, but my daughter got glasses when she was 12, I believe, and so she doesn't wear them a lot, but I do like to sort of use motifs that bring them into focus every now and then. So I've pulled several different papers to go behind my photo, and now I'm again trying to figure out what's going to go down the sides. So I pull out 4 different washi tapes, and I've decided on 2 of them. I decide on this navy with a white polka dot that's going to go down the side. I'm sorry, I don't remember the manufacturer. It could be my mind's eye. And then on the other side, it is a narrower washi tape from the Glitter Girl collection. It's like a tealy blue color with navy vines print on it. And I have matted that photo onto a piece of gray pattern from the Pink Fresh Studio 6x6 paper pad that I had pulled out, and now I have just put a second mat on there from a scrap of really old Amy Tangerine paper, which is this lovely navy blue that coordinates with those cameras. And now I'm just trying to figure out exactly how I want this. And I've got this 4x6 journaling card. I believe it's a Teresa Collins maybe, and I've been sort of hanging on to it because it has this beautiful butterfly image in the center, and I'm a little loath to cover it up, but I like the way the blue on either side looks. At least right now I do. So I've stuck everything together. I haven't stuck anything down to the page yet, and I'm working on my framed images. And I've got these two chipboard ones. That one is from, I believe it's a set from AB Tangerine, and it says I love us on the bottom, I think, or I love you, or something like that on the bottom, which is not super appropriate for this layout, but I figure I can cover it with something. And I had that other large frame from the waterfall pack of chipboard shapes that I have over there on the right hand side, and I've just backed that with another 6x6 pattern from the Pink Fresh Studios 6x6 paper pad. And I wanted to put the other die cut, the square one with the Wicked Smart, in there. I wasn't liking the blue, all the blue on the page, and then suddenly there was this hit of pink, and it was throwing everything off balance for me. So I went back to the cut apart to see if there was another blue image, like blue square, and there is. And unfortunately, it's got this taco truck on it, which is kind of good for my daughter, but not for this page. So I know that I will have to cover up that taco truck, but for now, it's there because it's the same color blue, basically. So I have this lovely symmetry happening above and below the photo. Now I popped up the photo with some foam tape so that it is higher than those chipboard frames. I want to give it prominence by giving it height. And I have cut the other two of the other frames in half and layered them, and this is where I talked about how I deviated from Shimelle's design. So I have created these layers of sort of interlocking frames at the top left and bottom right to create some flow to my design. And now I've got these two smaller chipboard frames that are the same shape as that large one in the bottom, and I was just looking through some of my 6x6 paper pads from Shimelle to see if I could find any little cut aparts to fill them, and I can't see anything. So I'm moving on. I stick them to the layout, and now I'm just trying to figure out how else to embellish it. And I really like this globe with the floral patterns on it. It matches the two pink frames that I've got on the layout already. So I've placed it there for now, and then I'll see if I can figure out other things to work in there. And then I decide to cut that Wicked Smart cut apart. So I take out the glasses altogether and I just have Wicked Smart. And I like that layered up, but it still shows a little bit of the taco truck. So I'm trying to find something else that I can layer in. And I go back to my paper with all the circles that I've been cutting out throughout this entire class, actually. That paper was from the very first kit that I put together for the class, and it's been wonderful because there's so many circles on it that I've gotten lots and lots of embellishment for many layouts, which is fantastic. And I happen to find two of the same orange pattern, so I have cut both of those out, and I'm layering that one behind the Wicked Smart. And as you can see, I've completely covered up the taco truck, but you still get the blue, so you still have that lovely symmetry. And then I figure I can put the other orange circle into that other frame. The frame just wasn't staying stuck down, so that's why I added some liquid glue, and then I've just put my acrylic block on top of it, just trying to get it to stay in place, basically. And as I am recording this, I picked up my layout and I see that it's starting to come up again too, so I'm going to have to figure out a better way to keep that glued in place, or just leave it overnight with the acrylic block on it, because it's I don't want it to fall apart. So I'm going back to that globe, and I like the idea of having a globe there. It sort of speaks to intelligence and adventure, but I'm not happy with the floral on it and the wood grain, and it's just, there's something about it that's not jiving with the rest of the layout. So I remember I have Shimelle's die cut globe, so I pull that out and pull out a piece of orange paper from an older Amy Tangerine 6x6 paper pad, and I like that better, and the orange works with the two orange circles because they're not, so it's all sort of tones of peachy, orangey, pinky kind of thing going on. So this orange actually works quite well. It relates quite well. Right now it sort of looks like it's standing out too much as orange, but in the grand scheme of the layout, which I'm sure you'll be able to see once you see the close-ups, it does work quite well. So I've used it to write down all my journaling on, and now I just am trying to figure out where to put some dimensional adhesive so that it stays popped up in the places it needs to be popped up, and then I can glue the rest of it flat to the frames and whatnot on the page. Now I'm just getting it stuck into place, and I'm quite pleased with this, and this has sort of renewed my energy for this layout because I was feeling a little bit frustrated, but I still feel like I need something grounding, something dark in these areas. And I pulled out the new box of crayons, navy blue thickers, hoping that there would be something in there that I could add into these circles that, frames, that would bring that navy around and help ground some of these embellishment areas. But there really wasn't anything that was speaking to me. So I go back to the embellishments from my kit, and I've got these chipboard shapes. I think they're pink paisley. They're from like the Hey Kid collection or something like that. And the one that I just put down says Smile, and it's got red, which is a new color that I'm adding, but I figure that I have other red pieces that I can add to the layout strategically to spread that color around. And specifically that little banner flag and the heart in the circle. And those are from a Gossamer Blue kit. And just to the right you see some enamel shapes there too, and there's a couple of red hearts, and those will make it on the layout as well to help spread that color around. But I still wanted some black. I've got some black in that Smile chipboard piece, so I thought if I punched some circles from that scrap of black paper, that might help. But it's just not right. It's not the right shape. It's not the right texture. So I go back to the drawing board and see what else I can find. And there was one black sticker on, or it might be navy, but I think it's black, on the Dear Lizzie sheet that I've been pulling from. And then I also had a set of puffy stickers from Pink Paisley, and there was a couple of black ones in there that could work. And then I remembered I had these, I believe they're designed to go on Heidi Swap picture frames maybe or something. I can't remember, but they also came in an old Gossamer Blue kit, and I go through them, and not only are they black, but they have gold foil on them, which picks up the tiny gold foil detail on those chipboard frames as well. And then I have got this book of washi tape strips and shapes, and there's a couple of hearts in there that help bring the dark color around. And I'm more and more pleased with this. I've got a scattering of the darker colors, and I managed to pull the red all over the layout, and now I am adding some little dark navy enamel dots as my sort of final touch. And I contemplate adding some of the pink, but I decide that it's good. There's enough sort of little bits scattered around that I don't need to add anything more. But I do get my gold mist out, and just to pull out even more of the gold tones. And there you go, finished layout. So there you can see the circle behind that smile is orange, and it works nicely in tandem with all the peach of the frames and the pink of the background paper and that Wicked Smart title. And then the red helps pull it all together as well. Okay guys, thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.